Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamonds on my pinky and that brain.
All right, bro. We outside. It's me and Larry. We don't know where Josiah is at. We ain't gonna look for him. Larry got
Oh
something to say.
God,
We gonna talk about it.
Josiah lost in the sauce right now.
Yeah, he lost on that one. We got something serious to talk about. I just seen something about some
Oh God,
WWE being 300 million in a hole or 3 billion in a hole or something. What's that about?
3 billion in the hole, bro.
3 billion
And
and
it's all Triple H's fault for real, bro.
crazy, bro.
Because he has not been given the storylines that everybody been wanting. He been releasing the wrong talent. He been doing the wrong talent dirty. Like, bro, ain't no way I'm about to keep putting on AJ Styles in a program with Chad Gable
Yeah,
and people like Logan Paul.
yeah,
If anything, AJ Styles should be, in your main event picture. He should
yeah.
be feuding with guys like Seth Rollins and stuff, and
He good.
Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
He definitely good enough.
Like you feel me? Give me an AJ Styles versus Jacob Fatu,
Yeah, give me
or
that.
give me an AJ Styles versus the Jey Uso, or a AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes again.
Or Seth Rollins or something. Something.
Yeah, or
I'll
AJ
take it.
Styles versus Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Come on, man, stop playing with AJ.
They've been playing with AJ for a long time too.
Yeah,
They've been playing with AJ for a
like
long.
bro, then Triple H, bro. I get he wants to give the females their time to shine, and I get he wants to give the tag team division their time to shine. But there's a place and a time for all that. Not every single episode needs to be packed with tag team matches or multiple female matches. Like, bro, there's more female matches on the cards than there are
Yeah,
solo male versus male matches. And I'm
that's,
not going to get the females because they doing their thing.
yeah, they are.
You feel me? But it's like you gotta balance everything out. If you got more better storylines to work out with the males, then that's who you should be even prioritizing.
That's true. I agree with
Like,
that.
bro, they could have, bro. I've been saying this for a while. Josiah hasn't been agreeing with me on this. I said keep that title on Jey Uso. Let him be Gunther fair and square.
Yeah,
They should never have put They should have put Jey Uso in a tag team match with Cody against John
yeah,
Cena and Logan Paul.
yeah. That made no sense. I agree with that. That made no sense. I don't know where that came from. I ain't like that move.
No, bro. If anything, Seth Rollins should have won Money in the Bank, right?
Right.
Boom. Seth Rollins get the contract. He or it, or you could have had CM Punk show up and cost Seth Rollins the contract.
That's what I thought they was gonna do.
But I get keep CM Punk away. Let's bring Jacob in and let's ignite this feud with Jacob and Solo's core. That's good. That's good for business.
Right. Of
So
course.
I understand that. So Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank.
Mm,
You should have had Seth Rollins coming out and taunting Jey Uso.
yep.
That would have been way better.
Yeah. Something.
And
They also lose. He should have lost.
yeah,
I would
then
have.
bro, for Night of Champions, they could have since Braun Breaker lost, they could have had Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso. I would have been mad at that. That would have been a banger. even wait for them to run it back
Yeah, because they
because
had
they never got a chance to have a proper feud.
right, and they had a banger when they went head to head the first time.
Yeah, so I'm like, that would have been better for them to do. Then they could have been building up towards SummerSlam, right? Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
Yep.
But instead of Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins, you could have had Big Bronson Reed when the King of the Ring tournament, right?
Mm.
Boom, boom. I'm about to be cooking with this. Big Bronson Reed wins the men's King of the Ring tournament, right?
Mhm.
He goes on to face Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam.
Mm.
Just when Jey Uso thinks he has Big Bronson Reed beat, and he actually managed to beat him, Seth Rollins comes out and cashes in his contract,
Right. I like that.
and now Jey Uso's fighting Seth Rollins and Big Bronson Reed. So he's on his toes. You know, Jey Uso putting the smackdown on Seth. Here's a Big Bronson reading on Braun Breaker interfering. They attacking Jey Uso out of nowhere. Roman's music hit. Everybody thinking Roman about to come from the entrance.
Right.
Everybody he coming through the entrance. Everybody thinking Roman alone. So they looking at Roman. Seth Rollins yelling and screaming at Roman, telling him to come on, come on. And here comes Zilla Fatu.
Mm.
And hey, you can slide Journey Fatu in there too.
Yeah.
They come up in there and help Jey Uso. They beat up Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Then Roman gets to the ring and he hits Seth Rollins with a Superman punch.
Yeah.
Then he gets Jey Uso up on his feet and Jey Uso hits hits Seth Rollins with a spear. Then Roman telling Jey to go up to the top rope. Jey gets to the top rope. Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso retains.
Yep.
Then
And
Roman raises Jey's hand with the championship.
mhm.
Boom. So Rollins is mad. He challenges Jey Uso and them to a match at War Games. Boom, you leading up to the biggest War Games match of them all.
That's
They
true.
have Seth Rollins go recruit 2 more members.
That's true.
Come on now.
It's just easy writing that they just didn't do. That's easy writing. I mean, it's right there.
That's 2 bangers.
Right.
That's 2 bangers right there, bro.
Right there. Yep.
But I don't know nothing. I don't know that much about wrestling. That's what people say. Well,
Crazy.
my prediction is stupid. My predictions don't make sense. It makes a lot of sense. Those would have been 2 bangers right there.
They wouldn't have been I tell you wouldn't be 3 billion in the hole there to did them bangers. I tell you that. 'Cause they out
You
here
know what?
talking about SummerSlam packages is 40,000. Who's buying those? Like, come on, bro. They're not buying them if the Rock's not there. They're not buying them if Roman ain't there. You gotta have those names in the seats in order for that stuff to sell like that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta have this. You gotta have them. You gotta have those the right people, the names in the seats. You ain't
And
had
bro, I even said this, bro. You can have bro. You can have Solo take out Jimmy. Once Jimmy teams up with Jacob, Jimmy comes to Jacob's rescue.
Hmm.
Cause Solo and JC jumped in Jacob.
Hmm.
And so you can have them unite for the first time. And then once Jimmy has a solo match, I don't know if is Jimmy involved in the King of the Ring tournament?
Not to my knowledge. I gotta look. I don't think he is though. Not to my knowledge. He could be. I don't think he is.
I did this. Say Jimmy Uso is the surprise person, which I don't think he is. I think Goldberg is. To be honest with you, Josiah thinks it's Roman Reigns, but I think it's gonna be Goldberg as a surprise person.
That's different. Okay.
And so
Oh, okay.
we can have Jimmy be in a match with JC Mateo.
Hmm.
Have him run that back.
Yeah.
And Solo keeps telling Jimmy, you might as well come back. You might as well join me. You can make all this go away if you join me. Jimmy keeps being stubborn. He's not trying to.
Right.
So they start attacking Jimmy. They put Jimmy through a table. They just start dog walking Jimmy, jumping him. Boom, they injured Jimmy. They put Jimmy on a stretcher. Here comes Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, because now he's free, so he can actually help.
Yeah, he comes out to help them. And Solo gets wind that Roman's back, and he's not alone. So Solo gets scared because he only got JC Mateo. Everybody else injured,
Right.
and he's scared. That boy's scared. So this a round war game.
Yeah.
That Rollins comes to Solo with an arm proposition, and that proposition is for them to team up this woman. So now you got Seth Rollins, Big Bronson Reed, Ron Breaker, Solo Sikoa, and JC Mateo versus Roman Reigns, Zilla Fatu, Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu, and Johnny Fatu.
Yeah.
Hey, when I tell you that team right there, they don't need Jimmy in there.
Yeah.
Jimmy cool. But those five right there, those are the most dangerous five.
Yeah.
Out of the whole family, that's the most dangerous five.
That's a solid.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cause Jimmy's like a rock. Jimmy's like a rock type of guy. He's not that crazy and you feel me, stuff like that. But if we talking extreme, ready to put that smack down on you, ready to turn up and get crazy, that's Roman. That's Jay. That's Jacob. That's Zilla. And you got Jacob brother, right?
Yeah.
Bro. But you got the tribal chief. You got the main one. So that's what Zilla calls himself. We call himself the main one.
Okay.
You got the Samoan werewolf. Hey. You got the right hand. You got right hand man, Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Then you got the odyssey of death. Johnny Fatu.
Yeah.
Bro, Easy. I'm telling you, bro. If you got any free time, watch them in villain matches and watch them in Jacob's brothers matches. His name is Journey Part 2.
Yeah.
Bro, if all five of them are in the ring together, bro, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a banger for sure. That's something that needs to happen.
Bro,
I'm trying to figure out how they actually go. The WWE is in that type of debt for real. How do they bring them up if it's a money situation?
they already released a lot of talent,
Yeah.
so they got room. And I'm sorry to say this, but it's time for them to get rid of Alpha Academy.
Yeah, they should have been gone. Yeah.
Otis was no longer good without his tag team partner, and then released his tag team partner.
That's true.
Now, if you want to rebrand Otis, that'd be cool.
They should
Because
have been
Otis
to
can go
that.
on his own.
They should have been. If they was gonna rebrand them, they should have been did that. They had so many times to do it. I don't know what they was waiting on to import the truck.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. Otis silly, but he can go for real. For a big man, he can go.
Right.
But yeah, but they should have did all that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, hold on.
All right, now we're gonna add Josiah in the mix. What was like recap some of the stuff you was talking about yesterday and get some advice and run some stuff that you said about it to Josiah.
Let me remember real quick.
Sean, I think it was about was we talking about the $3 billion in that joint?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we was talking about yesterday.
yeah.
$3 billion in that.
Just so you probably gonna disagree with me on this,
Okay.
but Triple H has been doing a bad job.
You said Hunter has been doing a bad job.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's good when it comes to managing, but when it comes to writing the storylines and stuff to keep the fans involved, he's doing a bad job.
Mm.
Like for instance, I get you. You wanted to highlight the female division and the tag division more, but they don't have that much interesting storylines. Like, don't get me wrong, I like both divisions,
Mm-hmm.
and I want both to get their shine. But it's like we don't need multiple tag matches and multiple female matches every single show. Like once or twice a show, that's cool. But if you packing a show with more female matches and tag matches than actual incoming storylines, then people are not gonna be involved. Like, you just don't random tag teams together,
Mm-hmm.
random people to have matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, bro, AJ Styles shouldn't be. AJ Styles should be in the world title picture.
Yeah, that's
He
what he was
shouldn't
talking about. I
be
like
in
that. Yeah,
programs with people like Chad Gable and stuff.
Okay.
yeah. Talk about that. Talk about that AJ Styles stuff because that was deep. What Larry was talking about on AJ Styles, I was like, yeah, you know what? You right. You right on that.
Mm. Yeah.
Right, bro. They keep putting him in programs with people that's under him for real.
Yeah.
Chad Gable, to be for real, Chad Gable is a mid card, low card talent. He's not a world title type of guy.
I agree.
So why would you put AJ Styles of all people on some storylines with him or Logan Paul.
I can already tell you the reason, but I'm gonna let you continue, continue and finish and get everything off your chest and some more. So I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'll give you the reasons why I believe that they're doing it.
They're doing what?
No, no, no.
Why they put AJ Styles in that situation?
Why are they doing that? Because Larry already
I
recorded
think,
his first 16 minutes. We just trying to get your insight.
yeah, sure. I think that the WWE is going at some point. They need to build up towards credible stars, and they need to build up towards the new faces that are coming in. People from NXT are being called up, right? And with them having A Styles at their disposal, A Styles has already had one of a career. It's like when Jesus said, like, okay, for instance, he said Rey Mysterio should really be like hanging up, like there's nothing else for him to do. I
Hmm.
can make the case and say A Styles, there's nothing really else for A Styles to do. Like,
Hmm.
this man has won every time the WWE has at their disposal.
Hmm.
He wrestled the Undertaker. He may have been night one with the Taker back in 2020 in the
Hmm.
Boneyard match. Regardless if the match was great or not, he got the match with Taker. He had Omos. He had one hell of a run his first year being in WWE. He went through a long title run. He's had multiple feuds. He was factored into pay-per-views. WWE made sure he's in main events from here and there back to back. He had a dope match with Brock Lesnar. Like, there's so much that he's doing, and you can just tell with AJ, like with his age. And I'm not trying to make fun of him for his age, but I'm just saying, like, with his age, you can tell he's winding down. Like, and you can tell WWE's giving more space towards the ones like the Seth Rollins and things like that. Not because they're just also quote unquote better than AJ Styles as far as like in ring work or things like that, but because WWE can go, we can factor more into them because they can still maintain going longer for a match. Maybe AJ Styles probably isn't the same AJ that he was of yesteryear. So I think they're very much trying to treat him carefully, and maybe AJ is also telling them like, hey, I got this amount of time, this amount of years for me left on my contract. I'm gonna make the most of my time, and we'll see where we go from there. But I can't do this for too long. I
I
don't think
think
AJ
the
Styles needs to. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I think the problem with that though, because I'm in agreement with what you're saying, but the problem
Yeah.
is 3 billion. That's the problem. The problem is 3 billion in a hole. You don't have time to develop other people. You got to bring the superstars in right now to get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you don't have time for AJ Styles to play around with other people. He needs to be putting on star-studded matches with other people for the time being until they get their money back. Because right now, like I think Larry had an idea when he said they need to bring Zilla, Jacob's brother. They need to bring all of them up. This is because if you're 3 billion in a hole, how are you getting that money back? You really don't got no time to train nobody. You got to put the superstars in now. Rock got to be plugged in right now. Roman got to get plugged in right now. If you want your money back, you got to put them in the game right now. If you don't put them in the game right now, you're gonna be losing more and more money.
Mm-hmm.
So right
Mm.
now, like, so I agree with what's going on with AJ Styles as far as like
Yeah.
putting people over, but you're 3 billion in a hole. We ain't got time to put nobody over. We need you to put on matches right now. We gotta get our money back,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. That's the problem is they're having him fight with people who don't bring 3 billion. That's what it is.
Right.
So it's a bad situation that they're in right now that they can't really play the long game like they were doing with Vince McMahon when they didn't owe that much money. They can't play that game no more. They gotta attack now. Like for example, if you don't want like they might not have wanted to see Roman Reigns until SummerSlam, but they probably need to bring him back Friday. If they struggling money
Yeah.
wise, they need to bring him back ASAP. He need to come and wreck shop as we speak. They got to do something to spark the roster to make everybody want to tune in because right now they're losing money. That's why there's so many sponsors
Hmm.
on the ring mats, and that's also the reason why they said they moved it from New Orleans to Vegas because it's a big money market because they don't have the money.
Hmm. Mm.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally struggling money. It's really I didn't know it was like that. When Larry said it before, I didn't know what he was talking about. But now it's clear as
It
day.
reminds me
They
of
don't have no money.
it reminds me of huh?
You said what?
Just on me. Yeah, I said it reminds me of when I don't know if y'all knew, but like before um I don't know if it was before the Attitude Era or if yeah, I think it was before the Attitude Era that this man had went into debt. WWE was about ready to go down. It's about ready to go down at one point. So there was they did WWE has gone through before in the past, but it was like years and years ago. So like with that, this happening right now is very telling because they're hot right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, they look crazy. And like Larry said, you gotta have the stars. The stars gotta line up. You gotta put the stars up. You gotta bring Roman back now. I know you try to drag your feet. Forget the dragon. Him and Rock need to come back a feud right now. I'm talking about to get their money back. They might need to not have, even though it's not gonna happen. They probably need Roman and Rock to fight against each other at SummerSlam. That's what type of hole they in.
Yeah,
That you need that right
yeah.
now.
Hmm.
It's to the point to where Roman and Rock has to fight against each other at Mania. They have to get out of this hole. They need Vegas to be packed all the way, seats sold out, everything. They need all of that to get their money back. Because other than that, like me and Larry was talking about, it's a possibility that Vince McMahon to come back and buy this joint again.
Mm-hmm.
They was already talking about it.
Yeah, 'cause he absolutely can because he still got shares.
I thought he
I'm
sold
not
all his
sure.
shares out though.
Mm-mm.
And that Arthur had
Well,
came out.
I thought he sold all of them too.
No, he still has shares.
How? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm trying to figure like how does he get how does he maintain having some shares even though it was sold to us that he had sold them all out?
He sold most. He sold them
Okay,
all.
I can't answer
that's
that. I don't
crazy.
know.
And because he was the owner, so of course I have a lot.
Because I thought TKO said that he had to give up everything.
Uh-uh.
Right. That's what I thought too.
No.
I don't know
And they've
because
been
I have
telling me
been
to get.
seeing stuff that's saying that Vince McMahon, it's possible that he could buy the company back. I did see that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did see that.
I don't want to see him come back at all.
I mean, it's rightfully his.
I mean,
I don't care whatever it is that's his. He don't need
Triple
to
H
come
got
back
to figure
whatsoever,
something out.
period.
Triple H
No.
better figure something out because if he don't figure
Stay
something out,
away. Stay away. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he didn't say nothing about coming back to run it. And anything, he just come back to take the reins of ownership. That's about it.
I don't know what he's gonna do. But that's very telling of Triple H taking over the company and now you're 3 billion in the hole. I never knew anything about no in the hole when Vince McMahon was there. Now I ain't saying that it wasn't, but it was under wraps. 'Cause I ain't never heard that before. 3 billion in the hole. That's almost some USA
Yeah,
presidencies in the hole
Triple
like
H
that.
does not know how to do his job when it comes to creative.
Mm.
That junk insane.
I
Three
like
billion in the
Shawn
hole.
Michaels, but Shawn Michaels is doing good on NXT.
And I think that's why they
I
created all these
just seen
shows.
NIL.
You know
That's
what?
probably why they created all
I
these
said I
shows.
just seen. Okay. Yeah, I said I just seen NIL on Instagram. Like he signed. They gave a WWE contract to his Mark Henry's son. What's his name? Jacob.
Mark Henry's son is in the WWE now.
Yep, he's gonna
Uh-huh.
wrestle.
That's
Yep.
dope.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's dope.
Mhm. Heck yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, but I don't know, man. 3 billion in the hole. That's
I
something
just,
to talk about. That ain't light.
Josiah, when you get a chance, watch the new episode of Rakishi's podcast. I feel like you'll find it very interesting.
Did y'all listen to Rakishi song?
Rikishi?
New
Yeah,
York.
No,
he's
I haven't
cold.
listened to his music.
Yeah, I just sent the. I put it in the group yesterday. He's cold. He's cold, bro. It's called what is it called? On This Side, bro. That song hard,
Yeah,
bro.
on the side.
He go crazy, bro. He cold. He's so West Coast. He's so West Coast. It's crazy.
Very, very West Coast.
I'll rock with him.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna want to right now. If they lose Roman Reigns' family, they're gonna go bankrupt.
I think that's what they went through before. I think that's what I was trying to go. I was trying to say, yeah, they went bankrupt. WWE was about to get bankrupt. I think prior to before they went ahead and decided to move on with the Attitude Era, they were nearing bankruptcy. I forget the reason why, but yeah, it instantly go down like crazy. 'Cause if y'all remember, WWE was beating their behind like those 83 weeks. Those 83 weeks, it was being WWE in the ratings. So, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. But somehow, some way, this man found a way to bounce back. He did. He's forever crazy dude, even though I can't stand this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did find a way. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Like, if you do bring him back, like maybe he could potentially help them out. But same as that time, I don't know if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Given the WWE is already having their, immediate success. Like they are having sold out shows every single week.
They're three
They are
billion in the
doing that
hole, bro.
like
Actually,
that.
they're
They're
not having
three
sold out
billion.
shows.
They're 3 billion in the hole, bro. Like you don't have
They're
sold out
not
shows
having.
to
No,
be
what I'm
three
saying
billion
is
in a hole, bro.
they were like, huh?
They haven't had a sold out show in a long time.
Yeah, they leaked that Money in the Bank footage when they said the drone camera showed that there wasn't nobody in the top row seats. They showed that on the drone footage. They was like, yo, the drone was showing a little bit too much, and there was a whole section with nobody in it.
I think I may have seen that too. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a whole
yeah.
section with nobody in that joint, bro. Like they're not really doing. It, they're pulling the wool over our eyes. They're making it seem like they're doing great, but behind the scenes, they're not. And that's the thing that WWE dropped the ball on, is they allowed too many people get behind the scenes. They should have kept that stuff to themselves because everything gets exposed then. Not just, oh yeah, the video footage of wrestlers hugging in the background and what I'm saying, people fighting, but they're really not feuding. Not It's more to it than that. The business side gets open out there like that too. So that's why it's best to just keep all that stuff under wraps and don't tell nobody nothing. Because right now, 3 billion, bro, 3 billion is crazy. I don't care what nobody say. That is nuts. 3 billion
That
in
is.
a hole is crazy for a company that we think has been thriving this whole time. You can't be thriving off 3 billion in a hole, bro. There's nothing you can thrive on if you owe 3 billion, bro. We say the same thing about the United States when they talk about the presidency. When they're like, "Oh yeah, the USA is 10 trillion in a hole." You're not winning until you get out of that hole. And if you can't never
Mm-hmm.
get out that hole, you're never winning. Doesn't matter how good it looks. They gotta
Yep.
fix it. They gotta fix that.
True.
And I hate to say it, and I know y'all in the comment section, y'all gonna be upset, y'all gonna be mad. I hate to say it, but the only way they're getting the 3 billion back is if they get back on this bloodline joint and stay on the bloodline joint. I hate to say it.
Correct.
The bloodline is the only
Correct.
thing that's bringing money into the WWE. And if the bloodline is not there, the WWE does not succeed. They got to figure it out. I know
I
people be
agree.
like, "Oh, Larry, he bloodline glazing." He is not lying though. He can glaze all you want to, but the fact of the matter is, it's the truth. If the bloodline ain't there, they 8 billion in a hole. They got to figure it out.
Mm,
They're gonna have to put Roman on a full time contract and put Rock on at least 6 months straight or something. They got to do something. They got to do something to make the people want to see these people. They got to do it. They got to bring all the bloodline family. They got to bring them up. Jacob's brother, Zilla. They got to bring them all up. They got to spark something right now. They have to, and it's because everybody on the WWE roster, and you're still 3 billion in a hole. That speaks volumes. When you got the Seth Rollins, you got the Braun Breakers, you got all of them. The people that's not on the roster, Roman Reigns, we don't see him. We don't see him. We don't see The Rock. But when we seen the Roman and we seen The Rock, the WWE was on fire. They got to bring him back.
Because let me ask you a question. When you went to SummerSlam last year, right,
Yep,
and you was there for the whole event alongside Rail,
all of it.
was the seats there like fully sold out?
No, they didn't sell out to the end. Like the end, when Triple H came out and announced how many people was there, that's when all the seats were filled. But the drone camera caught the Money in the Bank, the early part. I think Money in the Bank possibly would have been possibly was sold out, but it wasn't sold out when that drone camera was out.
Mm,
Yeah, I think by the
okay.
time I think by the time John Cena and Cody was against John Cena and Logan was against Cody and what you call it. That's when all the seats were filled. But I don't think the drone camera was there at that time. And if it was, they didn't pick
Gotcha.
up that part. Yeah. So whoever put that footage out, they shouldn't have put that footage out. They should have put the footage out
Yeah.
after the fact, not the beginning, because no show was ever bad. When we went to that. I think if I'm not mistaken, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan opened SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
and
they do.
the seats was far from packed, far from packed, far, bro.
It was kind of hard though too, wasn't it? Like because when he was there, it was like the it was like the sun. I mean, not the sunshine, but basically it was still kind of like
Yeah,
not dark. You know what I mean? Like
right.
the air was very much like a very cloudy.
Yeah, it was still there. Yep. Hold on.
I feel that you ought to go. Treating me like I'm the man. I feel like you ought to go. The things that you do with your hands, I feel like you ought to go. The way that you twerk when you dance, I feel that you ought to. I feel that you ought to go. Treating me like I'm the man. I feel like you ought to go. The things that you do with your hands, I feel like you ought to go. The way that you twerk when you dance, I feel that you ought to go. Baby, you showing that's for real to me. And I can't keep it low key. See everything you do to me is crazy. Two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boy back, they all run like sawmill. This beat was just sent to me, this was a fresh kill. But you ain't know when I load up, I act wild. Like draw form, my screen kicks like a bad child. It's time to relocate, but not the eastbound. Call me a virus, we moving to the west